morning. Good morning. One more time. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Friday is leg day. Friday is leg day. And I have been craving, cravings, but I don't feel like making it. I don't feel like making it. But before I tell you what that is, let me know how you are this morning. If you're watching this on the replay, put in the comment section. Replay squad, replay squad, replay squad, replay squad, replay squad, replay squad. Today is Friday, September 6th. Already. I'm 6 days in, or 6 days in to the new month. Hopefully, this first week has been going well for you. Monday was what, Labor Day? So, hopefully, if you've been you're kind of 9 to 5, or you had that day off, hopefully, and if not, and then hopefully you get the weekend off. Hopefully you get the weekend off. Either way, we are headed to the gym, and it's a leg day. It's leg day, and I'll go over with you a couple leg exercises that I have in mind that I will do today with my clients. I got three back to back, and I need my energy. So I made me a watermelon fruit smoothie. Got two bananas in here, and a mixture a mixture of different fruits. And I have a watermelon fruit smoothie video that you can see on my page. On the replay, I'll put this in the comments section. But anyway, how are you this morning? How are you this morning? How did you sleep? And have you worked out already? It is 8:30 Central Standard Time. That means East Coast. It is 7 a.m. Well, 9:30 a.m. But Western, what, Pacific time. It is 2 hours behind, and so it is 6:30 a.m. But Team Early Bird. If you are a team morning workout, type that in the chat. And if you are team afternoon, type that in the chat. If you're a team afternoon, type that in the chat. Type that in the chat. But anyway, I've been craving pancakes. I've been craving pancakes lately, but just don't feel like making it. I've been cooking predominantly all week, and it's a lot of just cleanup. It's a lot of just cleanup that you got to do when you cook. Cooking is cool, but it's the cleanup part that I don't feel like it. So that's what I've been craving. I've been craving some pancakes, but I may make some tomorrow. I may not. But usually, you want to load up, or some people load up on leg day because they use those carbs. Excuse me. And they use those carbs for energy. As far as when they're working out on leg day, I don't necessarily uh, feel that way. But that's just fires for me. I kind of just go off of just my energy. But I'm not lifting as, let's say, heavy or strenuous that demands that type of carb load pre-workout. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Everybody's different. I'm not against it. I'm just letting you know um, my method. But with anything, you have a plan, and then when you get there, plans change. So I got certain plans in my head that I want to execute with my clients today, but I need to, get an assessment of how they feel. That's what I normally do when I first see them. How do you feel? How did you sleep last night? That way, I can get an assessment of what we will do, what we won't do, what their body, um, let's say, may want to do, and mentally what they want to do. They want to push past whatever kind of ailments that they've been having this week, or what may have you. So, with that being said, there's a possibility and a chance for stretching. Stretching is very important, especially on leg day, versus just going in and feeling like, okay, well, I'm going to leg press the entire gym, or I'm going to squat the entire gym. Yeah, that's cool until you can't move. And some people do go for that, to where, they got that ultimate soreness. And that is a great reward or a great sign, for those who chase that. and that's cool, and that's cool. But I'm in my 40s. You need to stretch. I did a podcast about a couple months ago, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago, about the importance of stretching as you get older. The importance of stretching as you get older. So if you're watching this and you're young, mid 20s, then make sure you stretch. Make sure you investigate and invest in stretching. Invest in stretching, whether it's pre-workout or post-workout. Either way, that can help prevent or reduce, let's say, reduce the risk of, let's say, injuries, muscles popping, and just weird stuff that just happens. I've gotten more injuries from not stretching. And when I flash back on, like, what went wrong? I just wasn't warmed up the right type of way. When you're young, you just go into the gym and you just do whatever, right? And that's the benefit of youth, right? But as you get older, you got to adjust your methods. Just adjust your methods. Nobody's saying to spend 30 minutes stretching, but if that's what it takes, and that's what it takes. Sometimes stretching routine can just be, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Just, all just depends on what you got time for, what you're mentally, prepped for. There are static stretches where you hold a stretch, or then there's active stretching where you just moving. You know what I mean? You're stretching and moving, at the same time. Example, like calf raises. You just stand flat and just stand up on your tippy toes and just repeat that for about 30 seconds. If you don't have a timer, then you can do maybe, a set of 10. As you reach your peak, hold for a brief second, and that can be your stretch or the beginning of your stretch. I have a stretch routine just as well too. I'm gonna end up I think I'm gonna put it on my members only. I think I'm gonna go from unlisted to members only. I've had one, for a while in regards to a stretching routine. And speaking of members only, I have two tiers: the more coffee tier and the more weight tier. You can look more into those details on my page or in the membership section once you go to my YouTube channel. But definitely, we got to stretch first. Let's see how the clients feel. What I've been avoiding for 4 weeks are walking lunges, dumbbell walking lunges. I have been avoiding those for good reason. My my heel, I've been telling you about. It's getting slightly better, but I'm kind of nervous after the workout, right? Just as well as I'm conscious and aware when I excuse me, when I'm done walking. I'm sorry, I had a smoothie, a little bit of the smoothie earlier. But when I'm done walking on my treadmill, the heel of my foot just kind of just radiates just a little bit. And scale on 1 to 5, 5 being the worst. Man, there's sometimes where it's like a 4, a 4.5. But as I keep walking, then it alleviates just as well too. It's weird. But I got these hookah. I call them hookah shoes. Hoka, Hoka, and they really feel comfortable on my heel. And I can say this is that it's a lot better than what it was before I start wearing these shoes. So there has been some improvement. So later today, I will soak my feet. And if you don't have a foot massage or a foot soaker, you need to get one because we are on our feet, or we can be on our feet a lot. You gotta take care of your feet. Take care of your feet. Take care of your feet with some Epsom salt, and you know what, be about your merry way. So definitely some walking lunges, definitely some uh dumbbell deadlifts are good too for the hamstrings. I've been focusing a little bit more on my hamstrings since my hamstring injury a few years ago. And just with that being said, I just focusing more on hamstrings, and got to make sure I focus on my quads too. So you get some machine work in with some quad extensions. It kind of is typical, leg day routine. But I brought my ankle straps so we can focus on the some abductor exercises with cables. Yes, you see a lot of females doing those exercises, but fellas, you can learn from females. You can learn from females when it comes to training, far as legs too. Right? We can all learn from each other. But I found females got some of the best leg exercises. Most guys are just like brute, right? Brute force. You load up plates, squat, load up plates, deadlifts, load up the machine, leg extensions, and honestly, that's probably it. Maybe hack squats. You know what I mean? And those are cool. Not knocking those, not knocking those, not knocking those at all. But when you start adding like abductors, adductors, and stretching, and um, goblet squats, different variations. You do not have to do the same thing over and over again. You don't have to. If you do, that's cool. But think about expansion. Think about variations. Think about adding, addition. I'm part of this bench press group on Facebook. I forgot exactly what it's called. I think it's just called, just bench press group. And I always go through the comments with, no matter if it's that group or any type of fitness group, but in specific, because this one is focusing on bench pressing, you just see so many discrepancies, right? Um, in regards to just the techniques and form. And maybe it's me. Maybe when I look at that kind of stuff, I don't get discouraged at all. I'll laugh because it's like, man, people write entire like paragraphs and they don't split the sentences. They're like their sentence structure. No, that's just one thing, but it's the amount of time people spend critiquing. It's the amount of time people spend documenting their opinions. That is just always just funny to me. It's just funny. I'm just scrolling. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? And there are these in-depth um statements as if they're somebody really cares. As if somebody like really, really cares, yo. And it's just funny to me. And I'm not part of any leg group exercises. I mean leg groups on Facebook because I do not like leg day per se. I have a love hate relationship with leg day. Um, but I can tell on a day where I know I'm going into a Friday morning workout and I know today is leg day, then I get zoned out in it. I get zoned out in it, and that's fine. But just with that being said, that's where the love comes in at. That's where the love comes in at because again, like I said, it's a love hate relationship with leg day. I'm not sure how you feel about leg day, but leg day is just it can go either way. Yes, the first set, it's like, man, you get your heart rate beating, because you're moving. Your legs is, it's your foundation. You got to be able to have a strong base, and part of a strong base that I'm learning a lot more this year is calf training your calves. It may not be the most, let's say, aesthetically pleasing exercise to do, or sometimes may be challenging. Everybody's just different, but always start with your calves first. Start with your calves first because that is the base, and then your hamstrings, and then your quads, and then your hip flexors, right? And I'm just giving an example of what I'm going to do, and particularly what order. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do, and that's the beauty about exercises and workouts. There's so many different variations that the commitment to one is just laughable a lot of times because that's where you get to see in the comment section the discrepancies where people want to argue back and forth and just do what you want to do. Just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do when it comes to these exercises and works out. And you have to be mindful about what equipment is available and what equipment is not available when it does comes to working out. When you're at a commercial gym today, leg day. I like to do leg day at in the commercial gym, obviously, because I got clients today. But there's a lot of more sturdier equipment that I like to use, like cable deadlifts. I like to use cable deadlifts. Those have helped me a lot in strengthening my hamstring, as far as just having that injury. And there's different imbalances too. You got to think about isolation exercises too. So leg day can be very dense. It can be very complex. It can be very um, fun too. All exercises do not have to be, strenuous. Not don't want to say strenuous, but like daunting, right? They don't have to be daunting. Um, but since you're here, let me know if your team AM workout, if you're in team evening workout. Let me know what type of workout that you're doing today. And again, today's Friday. Today's leg day. We're gonna get a good leg workout in, and several of them fires for me. And it's something that I've been avoiding. Like I said, the walking lunges, dumbbell walking lunges, and it's just getting the form down right. But I want to try lunges in these shoes. I haven't tried leg day in these shoes. These shoes are very cushiony, and I have the link to the shoes that I'm wearing in the description. But let me know how your day is. How was your morning? Only channel subscribers of 30 minutes or longer can send messages. This is one thing I've been paying attention to on these lives is the amount of people who tune into the lives and the ones that don't. Right. And I may have spoken on this before. When I have it set to subscribers only mode, and it says only channel subscribers of 30 minutes or longer can send messages, I do notice that there's less people watching the lives. Right. At this current moment, at 16 minutes and 20 seconds, there's zero. I'm talking now for mainly for replay value, but I have noticed that when I have that turned off, the subscribers only mode turned off, man, I get about 15 to 20 people just tuning in. And it's like, okay, so where's that same amount of people when I have subscribers only mode on, right? I just question that. What I've been doing, I know it's a little bit off tilt, but this is what's on my mind first thing in the morning, right? And again, that's another thing about my channel and what I am. Well, who I am, not what I am, but who I am, and is that yes, you can all niche down, right? Talk about YouTube, talk about niching down, or niche down to very specific of what you do, and that's cool, But there's so much more. There should be much more to you than whatever niche that you are, and maybe people do just come to your channel just for this one specific thing. Like, hey, I ain't trying to hear all the other YouTube stuff. That's fine, skedaddle. But since you are here, and since we're here, since we're talking, this is some stuff that I go through just as well too, right? So if you don't niche down, then it seems like you cut off, right? But this is YouTube is yeah, you can express yourself. Yes, you can express yourself kind of almost um niching down to whatever specific topic that you want, and that's fine. But the moment that you do something else, right, then your views go down or then the viewership, changes. And that could possibly be because maybe people don't want to hear that. And I'm saying that's fine too. So with that being said, is that the moment that the subscribers only is turned off, then you see more people flood in. So now I'm questioning, how is YouTube sending the signals to people who are not subscribed, and what are their motivations to comment, to chat, if they're not a part of the community of what it is that you do or whatever. And I've just noticed that again. So only channel subscribers of 30 minutes or longer can send messages. There's hardly anybody into the lives, and I've noticed that consistently over and over again. So it seems like, okay, if I am going for more people watching live, if I am going for comments, which I'm not on either one, then it would be more advantageous to just leave your chats open. And it's like, why leave your chats open for new people? Again, I'm not somebody who's harping on that or who that's my goal. It's not. My goal is to talk to you, to you, my subscribers, since you have chosen to subscribe to my channel. That is my goal. That is my goal. I'm not really interested into chatting with anybody who isn't or is not. There's plenty of other videos where people can connect with me on, and there's also patience, right? If you're tuning into the live and you subscribe and maybe you do want to comment, right? But if you haven't been subscribed for 30 minutes or longer, then you won't be able to. And personally, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm not sure what the big hoopla is if people are not uh subscribed and they want to comment, and because they can't, then they abandon the live, and that's cool too. That's cool too. But with that being said, are you working out today? Let's get back on subject. Are you working out today? And what time? Good morning, Robin. Good morning. Good day. Good day. Good day. Good conversation. Yes, I need to finish the rest of my smoothie. I need to finish the rest of my smoothie. We got 10 minutes before we go into workout mode. Workout mode, and it's a beautiful day. What's the weather like where you're at? What is the weather like? It is, I think, about 70. No, it's about 65 degrees right now. I think it's supposed to get up to 270. Let me I'll put my shoestrings in here so I won't trip. So I won't trip and fall. We got the old men coming to the gym. I guess I'm considered that. You see how gruffy I am today. Yeah, you see the gray hairs. You know, I used to dye my beard, but it's too itchy. It's too messy. And this is me. You know, but if you're somebody who fellas want to keep dyeing your beard, that's fine. I support you. I support you. I support you. Live on Twix. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it. And we can put it on our community wall too. Put it on our community wall. You know, one thing I've noticed too, Robin, while you're here, is that the process when you click on something on Twitter, because these apps do not want you to abandon their app. What happens is that they make it hell for anybody trying to click offline. The app won't even open, right? What happens is not the app. What happens is that once something is on Twitter or any site, these sites have their own web browser. So when you click on, let's say, this YouTube link, it just opens in that app's web browser. You know, and then depending on how everything is set up, you may not even be signed in. You may not even be signed in through that app's web browser. And that's the crazy part about it. So now it's hard to question: do those views even count? You know, do those views even count? And we're so used to sharing on every other platform, but the platform that we're currently on. And I have that bad. I have that. It's rocking in here right now. I have that bad. It's like, okay, I'm sharing on every other app, but then what I've gone through and look at the process. How easy is that process when you do click? It's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. First, it's the opening. It's the opening of said link in said apps, said web browser, right? And then let's say you want to go hit the like button. You have to sign in to that web browser's however they do that. I don't like having to sign in um, my Google account on just different web browsers. Matter of fact, just 2 days ago, I had a security alert that somebody else was trying to log into my account. Somebody else was trying to log into my account. Um, what up, man? Somebody else was trying to log into my account, and you know, it's things like that that I'm always skeptical about when you're logging in to all these other different apps. My thing's like this: just open the app. You know, why is it that when I click on this link, why it just won't automatically open in the app? Now, I don't know. That may be in that web browser settings, that not web browser, but that app settings when it comes to when you click on links. But they always change the stuff because they do not want you to abandon that app. That's just the way how things are. It's kind of noisy. That's just the way how things are. Um, and I've noticed that too. And like you know, we spend our time on Twix. Excuse me. We spend our time on Twix on Twitter, and you're clicking on different links, and they just don't pop up. They just don't pop up into the to the app that you know you're viewing or you're using. And I find that possibly, what is it? What is the word? Too much friction. That's the phrase. There's way too much friction. There's way too much friction. No matter if you're on Facebook, no matter if you're on Twix, and no matter if you're on LinkedIn. Whenever you click on a link, no matter if it's you know, a different just URL, actual web, as far as just, you know, blog site or whatever, or a YouTube link, rarely does it ever pop open in the app. Rarely does it ever pop open in the app. It's just more problematic. And how encouraging is that for the next time you post that link? to said social media site, right? Somebody's going to see that and be like, I ain't looking at that. But you look at the analytics, and when you look at the analytics, a lot of times Twitter is in the top three external social sites that are driving traffic too. And so I'm all about frictionless interaction, right? So the thing is about here on the community wall, how engaged are people? How engaged are people used to the community wall too? I look at that too about who engages and who does not engages. All right, it's enough nerd talk. Let me show you my view. Okay, so I'm in a personal training office right here. Let's boom. And I know people don't like to be documented or whatever, but that's just kind of the setup of the gym right now. It's quite a few people got the stair climber, up there. Let's see if we can zoom in. All right, we got a couple people on the stair climber. Got a whole bunch of treadmills. Got a whole bunch of treadmills. I'll show you one of my favorite pieces of equipment. This one right here. It's a chest press machine. It's a chest press machine. Then we got our overall bench press machine. Not bench press machine, but overall flat bench. Awesome space. Good morning, brother. What up, G Wiz? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Um, but that's just one part. I'm not gonna, film people too much. That's kind of creepy. But anyway, what is your workout for the day? What is your workout? I'll sit and chat with you all for a little bit. What is your workout for the day? Is today leg day for you just as well? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Is today leg day for you? You got personal trainers coming in too, setting their stuff. Everybody's getting ready for the day. Morning clients, get the morning clients out of the way. And usually Fridays are light days for me. We got about three people in morning time. In the afternoon, got it all to myself. Got it all to myself. So a lot of times in the afternoon, I spend that time editing videos, editing shorts. I have shorts scheduled to the 18th of this month. I got shorts scheduled to publish until the 18th of this month, which is cool. I'm trying to keep content up, trying to keep more, let's say, chest workout videos. I've noticed those get a lot more traction. Those get a lot more traction. Just cleaning out the garage, it would be a workout. Yes, man. I got a shelf right now that every time I drive into my garage, it's kind of leaning, and I'm just avoiding having to take everything off and try to set it straight, so whatever I have doesn't fall. I think some stuff is going to fall, and I think honestly it's because things aren't balanced on there. You know what I mean? We got different type of weights at different parts of that shelf. That shelf may be old just as well too. So just with that being said, I'm avoid cleaning the garage out. So good luck, good luck. Hopefully you wear a mask from this standpoint because I just did this last week. I had a leaf blower, and I was dusting my garage out and cleaning that out, and I just got a whole bunch of just dust on me. Man, I wasn't even thinking. I'm like, oh, let me just plug this up and just go, and there's just so much dust, what I'm saying, got in the air, got in my nose. I wasn't like clogged up. Thank God I wasn't. But yeah, just depending on how your garage is, and yeah, that's a workout in itself. That's a workout in itself. And that garage work is something totally different. And people with garages is that some can have so much stuff in there. I want to use my garage for my car, for my vehicles. There's sometimes when you're driving down in the neighborhood, you see somebody's garage door open and they have just like tons and tons of stuff. It's like an episode of Hoarders. It's like an episode of Hoarders. I'm like, man, like how do you live like that? And how do you live like that without having access to your garage in regards to a vehicle? Because winter's coming up. Winter's coming up here. Winters can be brutal here, but they also can be light. It's a coin toss, but you don't want to be caught in the worst of it. Where it starts to rain and then freeze and then snow, and you got all types of just elements on top of that. Your tires, all types of stuff, man. Winter is coming. Winter is coming up. Yeah, I got a mask. The garage is our junk space lately. So today, time to get it together. Yeah, hopefully get it together. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Whatever you pick up from off the ground, use those legs. Use those legs. You know, pick up with your legs. It's amazing that how many people don't do that? And I remember when I was taught that, has use your legs when you're picking something up off the ground. And it's like, why do we feel like we want to use our back when we're picking something up and then surprised when we have a lower back injury? And I think a lot of that can come from your hamstrings. I've noticed that from training clients is that a lot of people their hamstrings are tight, so it kind of prevents them from kind of like bending their legs a lot more than what they should, and bad knees too and quads. A lot of just muscles in the leg complex. So just with that being said, make sure you use your legs. Today's leg day, gee whiz. Today is leg day. I got three clients all back to back. There's a 99% chance, 99.99% chance I'll work out with all three. I'm kind of keeping my eye out for for my client getting ready to walk in, you know. But leg day. I've been avoiding dumbbell walking lunges. I've been avoiding dumbbell walking lunges for about 2 weeks. I make an excuse every single time. But how you get over that? That's the first exercise you do. Any type of exercise that I do not like, and I know I'm going in like I'm actually documenting it today, is that I've been avoiding dumbbell walking lunges, so that is going to be what I kick the workout off with because I can make up anything to not do that workout, no matter if it's squats or whatever. It's like, oh, I'm gonna avoid squats, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do that last. I'm gonna do that last. If I'm locked in, I do those first. That way, I get it out the way. Then I feel a lot better. Then I feel a lot better. How do you recover? Epsom salt baths, massage, protein shakes. I have a massage gun and use my massage gun. Epsom salt, foot soak. My right heel has been hurting lately. Maybe like the last like 3 or 4 weeks, I've gotten these Hoka shoes. I got these Hoka shoes that feel like you walking on clouds. I got the link in my description, but well, I should. I think I do. But those have been helping. So Epsom salt. I do need to soak my feet today. I think I did that Monday, but I need to do it more often because it is getting better. It's just not where it needs to be. When I wake up, it used to be at a 3 on the scale of no, it used to be at a 4 on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst. It used to be at a 4 when I would touch the floor first thing in the morning, but lately it's been about a 3. But I think that also is because I haven't been walking, like treadmill walking, like you've seen me on live some mornings, or just running, and it can be discouraging. Like honestly, like stair climber, like I want to do, stair climber, but I'm not sure how my foot is going to react the next day, and I need to stop worrying about the next day and just focus on the now. And I go through that too. I'm like, man, I don't want to be sore in this area tomorrow. I don't mind being sore in my quads. I don't mind being sore in my hamstrings. If anything, I haven't been sore in my legs in a long, long time. And I have to find where that threshold is at to where I feel like I had a quality leg workout in regards to soreness being the barometer of, legitimacy of the workout, right? I was like, okay, where's my other phone? I got my other phone in my pocket. So just with that being said, that's how I try to recover. I have to still do a better job at protein in regards so far as protein shakes. I have what's the brand? Muscle Milk. Muscle Milk. If you have a Sam's Club card, you can get. I think this is. It's almost close to 3 pounds. It's close to 3 pounds, and it's 25 grams per scoop. I like the chocolate. What is that called? The something chocolate, intense chocolate, impact, knockout chocolate. That's what it's called. It's called knockout chocolate. It's called knockout chocolate, and I usually do an 80-gram protein shake, which means I get a premier protein shake, right? I get a premier protein shake. That's my liquid, and those are 30 grams. And then I put that in my shaker. Matter of fact, this one, 2 bananas, and then put 2 scoops of protein powder in there. So each scoop is 25 grams. So 2 times 25, that's 50. 50 plus 30, that's 80 grams of protein. Now, I did a podcast maybe about last year on regards to how much protein can the body digest and process. And that answer is inconclusive. It's not just 30 grams. And uh, your body can process what the body can process, right? And I'm like, wow. In a some articles that I have linked in the description of those podcasts, about like three, they start showing these studies of how and why we got to 30 grams. It's like, or I think it was like 25 or 30. It's like, why was that the peak? Why was that the peak? And it's a crazy rabbit hole you go down, man. It's like anytime you start investigating like health and protein and carbs and fats and all that kind of stuff, you man, you end up in a crazy rabbit hole of just information and who conducted the studies, who paid for the studies, and what what's the word I'm looking for? What advantages that this person or this group or these groups have by conducting these studies, right? You start to see, certain industries were paying for this study to be certain, to elicit a certain outcome, and it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. I really wish I could uh, put links in in this description right now in regards to where that's at. But yeah, if you just go through my podcast playlist and you kind of scroll down, I think it may be episode 190, somewhere around there. I had maybe about 3 or 4 episodes, or yeah, about protein, like how much protein you should take, like the benefits of protein, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm still learning, and I'm still learning. But yeah, 80 grams, yeah, it's a lot. It took a while for my body to process. I won't say process that, for me to feel right in regards to taking that much protein in. But I've learned it's better for post workout. Like I don't really care for protein pre workout. You can have protein for pre workout. If that's your thing, you know, if your body can handle that. I just don't like the feeling when I'm working out. I don't know, it's just kind of just weird, to me. I would check it out. I've been watching some of your podcasts. If you drop good knowledge, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I've been slacking. I've been slacking these past like 3 weeks. I think the last one I uploaded was like 3 weeks ago when I used to do it weekly. And I have so much content in regards to different articles I've been looking over in regards. I'm gonna try to show you this. I'm still just looking. That's why my eyes keep kind of looking over. I'm trying to look for my client. I'm gonna show you this folder that I have in my phone in regards to podcasts, right? And so I don't know if you can see this. So all of these are just podcast topics that I've been looking at, and like articles I find, you know. And there's just so much. So I just got to sit down and actually do it. But what happened is I was looking for this different way to looking for these different ways to actually record my podcast, right? And as far as microphones and all that other kind of stuff, and it still just didn't do what I wanted it to do. It still didn't do what I wanted it to do in regards to the recording. So I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it. But my client is here. I really do appreciate you all tuning in. Support for fee for a fee or support for free. I have my PayPal link. I also have my free weekly newsletter. Free weekly newsletter you can sign up for. So sign up for a fee, sign up for free. I appreciate it. Yeah, you too. You be safe too in that garage. Use those legs. Use those legs. And I'll check in with you all later.